Discussion of the Splatoon 2 metagame tends to center on the strongest weapons, which makes sense because those are the ones people will actually use. But there's also a lot to learn from looking at weapons that don't make the cut and thinking about why. Let's talk about my pick for the weakest weapon in the game, the vanilla Undercover Brella. There are a lot of problems with this weapon. For example, its sub and special combination are probably the weakest in the entire game for a frontline weapon. But the problem I want to highlight is the Undercover Brella's damage. Even if you hit it direct with every shot, this weapon is pretty much tied with the Dynamo's vertical flick for kill time. That's the slow flick. Charger tap shots do the same damage as this weapon and have a faster fire rate. And that's if you hit it direct with every shot of the Undercover Brella. If you miss even one, the fire rate is so low that the kill time skyrockets. Imagine playing a Charger, but without the ability to charge up for a long-range one-shot. That weapon would still splat faster and more reliably than this main weapon. To offset such a glaring weakness, it needs to have massive strengths in some other area. The weapon paints pretty well, but it's not the best painter either. And unlike the Kensa variant, a lot of the utility of the paint is wasted since it's charging splashdowns instead of something more useful like armor or missiles. The advantage that's really intended to offset its DPS is the shield that it can move with. But because of the damage multipliers, that shield breaks with just one lethal bomb, something which is already highly valued in the metagame for controlling the objective and countering the Kensa 52 gal's walls. So as best I can figure, it still just trades with a K-shot that throws a bomb and then shoots. And that's if the K-shot doesn't flank the shield, and is already in range to get shot by the time they throw a bomb, which doesn't have to be the case. And it doesn't move any faster while shooting than the K-shot does, but because of its recovery frames after its shots, it goes back to swimming slower so the K-shot can outmaneuver it. If the K-shot just stands there shooting the shield and not doing anything about getting hit, yeah, it should lose the engagement. But even then, with all those advantages the K-shot player leaves on the table, there's still very little room for error. Mind you, the K-shot isn't the gold standard for duelists' weapons in this game. It leans more towards being a support weapon. It's a better weapon choice for painting, because it paints just as well but also gets a better special for that paint. And it's a better choice for fighting, because of its maneuverability, massive DPS advantage, and its lethal bombs. And lethal bombs also give it more of an ability to impact the objective in ranked modes. The K-shot is just a better weapon in every category. A team looking to optimize its comp for winning games of Splatoon 2 has no reason to choose a vanilla Undercover Brella over it, or as it turns out, over just about any other weapon in the game.